You drink from the well, you replenish the well. Well, 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 well. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of The Jamie Hughes Show. My name as always is Jamie Hughes and today I am reviewing episode 2 of season 7 of The Walking Dead. The episode entitled The Well, where we follow on from the story revolving around Carol and Morgan. Right at the end of season 6, Carol's obviously shot by a saviour and then Morgan saved her and then they were sort of rescued or found by this group of men that nobody really knew anything about. They had pretty good body armor on, but that was about it. And obviously that was now resolved, that issue, and that mystery was resolved. They are from the kingdom, which is run by King Ezekiel. We'll get onto him in a little bit. But just the general, my own personal thoughts about this episode. I've just watched it about 10-15 minutes ago. It wasn't as good as the first episode, but I suppose nothing was going to be, because you have to come down from that, oh my God, Jesus hates Mary and Joseph, everything has just gone crazy. You kind of need to bring it down to a level, and although not a lot happened in this episode, a lot happened in this episode, and it was really slowly well constructed. It was basically a character development episode, but I think it worked really well. The contrast of the really huge season opener to this really subtle and slow second episode. So in this episode, as I said, that we are introduced to the kingdom. We are introduced to King Ezekiel, who is awesome. He stole every scene he was in for me in this episode, and I hope he lives quite long. He's got a pet tiger, which is awesome, called SHIVAAAA. I'm not aware of anything about this. Just a little sidebar. I have read the comics, but I've read up to just more or less where what happened in last week's episode happened. So I'm not really aware of who Ezekiel is. I don't know how long he survives, if he survives at all that long. But I really liked him as a character. I thought the guy playing him portrayed him really well. He's such a cool and mysterious character. I really liked Ezekiel. I want to see more of it. I also loved his little helper called Jimmy as well. He was really great. So I hope we get to see a lot more of Kingdom. Not really a lot happened storyline-wise. There was some great odd couple type of stuff. That's how I refer to them, as the Walking Dead odd couple between Carol and Morgan. There were some great scenes with them where Carol wants to escape and Morgan still wants to try and save her and help her. So I thought that was great character building stuff. There was great stuff with Morgan helping the kid. I think his name was Ben. Do the is it Aikido? I never really know. It's with the stuff with the stick. He is becoming one of the kingdom. He is he's taken to it quite well, and he's enjoying his roles that he's getting at, I think. So it'd be quite cool to see in the future how Morgan deals with this whole thing with Negan, because what a segue, obviously we know Rick's group are now under the control of Negan, and we find out in this episode that Ezekiel's group are also under the control of Negan, but they obviously they've never fought Negan, because Ezekiel says and Ben says that they don't want to tell the rest of the kingdom, because they might want to go up in arms and fight against Negan, because at the end of the day he's taking food and supplies from them, giving them supplies to his gang, to the rest of the saviors. But I really like this because it almost kind of humanized the saviors a little bit in this episode, because all we've seen them do is just bad stuff. But obviously they've got a good relationship with Ezekiel, because they always deliver their products on time. They had bigger pigs for him this time, so you can see the guy. I don't think we found out his name, but the leader of that specific little group of saviors, he was almost sympathetic towards Ezekiel and kind of had a bit of empathy towards the guy that kind of stood up for himself and gave him a second chance. So I'd like to see how it goes when if there is some sort of war, how the kingdom align with Rick's group, or whether they carry on blindly doing what they're doing and feeding the saviors. There's not really much else that happened in the episode. Carol left, but she didn't leave, which was really confusing when I was watching it half asleep this morning. But From what I gathered, she has left the kingdom, but she's still part of the kingdom because she's like moved outside. She just doesn't want to be in the kingdom and live in that environment. So yeah, some really great stuff. Is there going to be a little bit of a love story between Ezekiel and Carol? There's a little bit of flirty. I'm not quite sure. Let's see where that develops. So keep an eye on that one. And the other thing I really wanted to mention was that scene where Ezekiel sort of let down his guard and explained why he became King Ezekiel. I thought that was a great scene. Really, one of my favorite scenes in the episode. And it really it was great character development because it sort of let down the veil of this really kind of weird guy that we'd seen in the first scene with him, where he was all well spoken and had the tiger, and it's like, oh Jesus, like who's this guy? And then you get to know him a bit more. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this up here because I don't think there's much more I can cover. I haven't seen the little trailer for next week's episode, so I don't know what's going to happen. I've heard and seen some things. There's some stuff revolving around Daryl, but I can't comment on that because I've not seen them. But overall, I thought this was an okay episode. It wasn't great, but as I said, you can't really have those highs every week that you had for episode 1. It was great to bring them back down to earth. But yeah, really, like I say, quite enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about it. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought. Do you think there is going to be a love story going on between Carol and Ezekiel? So always let me know down in the comments below. If you have enjoyed this video, please like, please share, please comment and subscribe. It helps me out massively. My name has been Jamie Hughes. This has been the Jamie Hughes Walking Dead review show. I will see you in the very next episode next week, or if there's any reviews or anything coming up in the week, I'm not really sure yet. But I'll see you then. I'm going to stop waffling now. Ta-ra.